Hey guys, Mudragon Max here, and today I'm going to bring you my competitive build of heroes, well, masked heroes. As I said in I think it was my profile or my discussion video, I did a masked hero deck profile, and I said I'll think about doing a more competitive side of it. So this is my competitive build of masked heroes. The deck, I've actually really enjoyed the deck. I had a couple of games the weekend, and the deck does seem to struggle a lot against Cyberdragon, and that's fair enough. But the deck, if it is possible, it's very easy to do the whole Dark Law Nappies play, so it's just soft. So obviously, free Solid Soldier, you want to see this guy because he's your normal summon. To then special summon a hero from your hand. Like, pretty important for the deck, really. Plus, he's a nice target to send off either by Master Change or Poly, because then, yeah, you can summon a hero from your grave, set itself into defense position. So, Shadow Mister 2, because I can search this more easily, and I have a potential of opening with Solid Soldier, so 2 mist is still good. 3 Vyon, because Vyon is nuts. It allows you to send Mali or whatever hero you want to the bin. So, and the price is like, they're becoming more expensive really, because they haven't had a reprint since the Dual Saga. And 3 Malicious, because it's another monster you can summon from the deck by banishing Malicious from bin. So it's just another link material really. And if you open up your hand, then you can use Poly to get rid of it. 1 Celestial, 1 DQ Celestial, because one thing I like, and because if you have 1 Malicious left in the graveyard, you've already bashed the other 2 you use this for in a all day, and this is in your bin, you can practically bash both of them to draw 2 cards, which is pretty good. Like, nice little tech, and obviously I like my little techs. Like in my last video I had this commander. So 1 Stratos, because like he's still pretty good, and Solid Soldier and him still makes a good play. Allows you to either MST but you can't really use that effect because he can't be himself really. But you just use the road to play, and then 1 Honest Neos, because Honest Neos is nuts, and if you want to buff this to 2, then yeah, I'll recommend it. For the last month, like for the Lost Warrior monster, it's going to be 1 attack gainer for the Asode play. The reason why I went for this guy is because if he's sent to graveyard as a fusion material, you can target a guy your opponent controls and it loses a K. Pretty good, really. Because then you just make nappies, and yeah, your opposed monster will lose a K. And decided I only want 3 hand traps, 3 Veilers, because I need most of the deck to be hero targets. So that's it for the monsters. For the spells, 1 a hero lives, because prime example, it's limited, it's been put to 1. Because this is now 1 because we have like Stratos back. So yeah, I think I only ran out 1 in most of my builds. So then 3 Master Change, because it's masked heroes who like need this card free. Like 3 equals, because you want to see Solid Soldier and Mist, or like Honest Neos or Strauss. 1 Poly, because it's easily searched with Vyon. 2 Cool by the Grave, because hand traps are an issue. Like Evailer is quite a big issue, because you know someone's Solid Soldier and they Evailer, you're kind of stuck for the turn with with Sword Soldier, so it does annoy me that this is now at 2 because how big of an impact hand traps are. I would have put this in deck of 3, but it's been put to 2. Next are some equip spells. I decided to run these because I can actually, even if I draw into them, I can still use them. So, Overdone Burial, because if you add Honesty Nails from the effect of Shadow Mist after you made a Dark Law, you can then send it to the bin by using this to then special summon a monster from your bin that has a lower level. Mirror Shield, just because if I draw in hand, I can just give it to a guide, so it's going to be bigger. Phoenix Blade, again, it equips to a warrior against 300 just in case. And it does have, I can just add back to hand if I want to do a couple of, I have 2 Nightmares in the extra deck. Also equip spell, a Living Fossil. Just summon a guy back from your bin, really. It does get banished when it leaves the field, I believe. Yeah. Banish the equip monster. But I could probably live with that if it's one of the ones I have a playset of in the deck, so I would recommend using these ones. Now for the one-offs, like in the last video, cards nuts. It really is pretty nuts in this deck. Rotor, because search is good for E-heroes or any heroes. Soul Charge, I decided to put Soul Charge in because of the potential, because you can do some link plays, fusions. If you haven't used Nat Beast yet and you did have attack gainer and it's in your graveyard, say a Gumbler or something, then yeah, Soul Charge is pretty good. You can make Nat Beast. You don't have attack, a battle phase, but you have guys to make more plays. One Forged for either to either send Shadow Mist or Celestial or even Malicious, and one Raigeki because Destroyer Board's still good. For the traps, 2 strikes and 1 warning, that's all you need, I think. It's what I feel it's really needed. Sure, you can go out and buy infinite impermanence, but I don't have months like that, so these would do fine for me. Honestly, it's technically still a budget competitive deck, so using the Brigade except for Judgment, still pretty good. Now for the extra deck. I don't think the extra deck's really changed as much, but obviously for the masked heroes, 2 Dark Law, because he's pretty good. Banish any card sent to opponent's graveyard is banished instead, so Divine Wind, I decided to go with Divine Wind because there are still decks out there that it can't be destroyed with Battle, and the opponent can only attack with 1 monster. Yeah, can only attack with 1 monster, so it kind of stops them from OTKing me, kind of. Then Dian. Dian's pretty good because I can use Solid Soldier to summon this, and then Solid Soldier's effect will then summon me whatever heroes in my bin. And if this kills a guy, I can summon a level 4 or lower hero from my bin, from my deck, and honestly, Dian's probably one of my favorites in the extra. 1 Vision Hero Trinity, because this guy, if you're going to make him, you're going to hit hard, in my opinion. Trinity is the backup plan, I think, in the deck. For me, it's my backup plan, just in case I've used up everything else, except a Poly. I can go into a Trinity, because it just requires 3 hero monsters. Next, for the E-hero monsters, I'm running the dark and the light targets, because for like super poly and all that. And if I have poly and malicious now, then it's just an easy target for this. And then I'm using one Mudragon of the Swamp like I did in my other video. Just another target for super poly, plus it's an E-hero. It's mainly like an E-hero deck, so I can just try to protect something by changing the attributes. One Nap Beast, obviously, because it's a spell negation. Spells are pretty good. Spells are more like Hornadrone, for an example. Hornadrone, Raigeki, any of those limited cards that can change the game. Nap Beast is pretty good for. One Exciton, because like he's still really good if you don't have a board and your opponent has a pretty good board, then you can try to make this and just blow it up during the chain. Because I'm pretty sure it's once per chain. Yeah, once per chain, quick effect. Blow up if your opponent has more cards than you. Destroyer of cards. Obviously your opponent doesn't take any further damage, but you're getting rid of that board. One Cerberus and one Phoenix for destroying spells, special monster in the main monster zone. Kind of basic, really, for an extra deck. Buff the 2 souls, because I've had times where one just wasn't enough, and in my casual deck, then one was more than enough because I changed the build to this. 2 just feels like the right number in this. And then for last is a link for it's my Bowl Sword. Because Bowl Sword, still pretty nuts. I remember me and Ditsy were having a game. I summoned my Bowl Sword during my turn. He summoned his Bowl Sword. As soon as he entered the battle phase, I flipped my face down Super Poly and fused his Bowl Sword and my E-hero to make the Dark Fusion. Like, just to make this guy. Because I knew if I didn't deal with a Bowl Sword, I would have lost. So, yeah, it's... So, you can run any other Link Force. At the moment, this is the only one I have, and you had a Bowl Sword, Bowl Load, and Bowl Sword. Run them both, because they're both still pretty good. So, that's been my competitive deck profile of Masked Heroes. So I'll leave a link in the description to the non-competitive, more casual play for you guys to check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.